Good evening, everyone. Namaste, hello, and hope you all are fine. So, today's video is a very short 5 minutes video discussing Indian diet and predisposition of diabetes because of Indian diet. Is Indian diet really bad? Is what we are eating is really bad in terms of health hazards like diabetes? That is something we will be discussing in a short video, and I will try to provide you insight to prevent prediabetes and diabetes in yourself and your family. So, if we look into the data, India is world's one of the biggest diabetic capital, and that's true. And every day, the number of diabetes is growing exponentially. So, this is already an epidemic which has hit us a decade ago, but we are not paying much attention to take care of this ongoing epidemic. Now, if we see the current situation, COVID 19 and COVID 19 induced or associated mucormycosis, both are being very prone in people who are having glucose intolerance or uncontrolled diabetes. So, be it COVID or no COVID, diabetes is killing millions of people worldwide every year. And India is just becoming a hub for type 2 diabetes patients. And in each household, we have at least uh, one person we know, or in our friend circle, who is living with diabetes. Let's talk about Indian diet plate now. So if we see a healthy Indian diet, it contains all the important food groups, the 5 food groups, which are fruits and vegetable, low sugar fruits, of course, green vegetable, green leafy vegetables. It also contains cereals and pulses, particularly protein enriched legumes, milk, low fat milk and milk product for optimum support. It also contains lower amount of oil and fat, but also contain good fat, right? But if we see, this is the ideal diet plate which should be. But if we see a typical, in many places, I will not say that in all the household, but in most of the household in India, and particularly the southern region and the eastern region, where people are more into taking rice in a larger quantity than they supposed to be, or than they should be. So this consumption of rice, which is almost 200 grams, even sometimes 250 to 300 grams per meal, along with oil and also pulses which contain substantial amount of carbohydrate as well, is making us insulin resistant. At the same time, the physical activity level which it should be, which is used to be like in our ancestors' time, so that is hugely lacking in us. We are more prone to sit in AC environment and do our work. We don't move regularly, and we don't make sure that we are walking every now and then. I mean, if we are working from home, then it has to be ensured that at least in an hour we are taking break and we are moving, right? So that it doesn't become we doesn't become immobile, or it doesn't become a habit of sitting at home. And lockdown, thanks to lockdown, the situation has been worsened further. So, what could be the very simple dietary guideline to prevent diabetes and prediabetes? First, we need to say no to refined sugar, honey, and jaggery. Now, when I say this, definitely there are some benefits associated with honey and jaggery, but when it comes to controlling sugar or the glycemic index value of the blood, then all these three are actually having similar kind of effect. So this is the first step we need to take. We need to stop taking, or maybe restricting taking sugar, simple sugar and honey and jaggery. 2 teaspoon in entire day, that is 8 grams, is what can be recommended, but also this recommendation would be clubbed with other carbohydrate requirement. The second thing should be taking lesser amount of rice, which is particularly white rice, because rice is also simple glucose that spikes the blood sugar level. Now you can think and ask me that what should be the alternative, or how should I not feel hungry? So I say that let's reduce the amount of simple glucose in white rice that we get, and take more pulses, more vegetable, more salad to fill our stomach. Also add a portion of curd or buttermilk in your diet. Protein can be obtained from vegetarian sources, can be soya chunk, tofu, low-fat paneer, low-fat milk, yogurt, curd, lentil, beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, all the pulses and legumes you see. Non-vegetarian protein can be lean chicken, less spicy, less oily, egg white, even whole egg is also fine if you take 2 a day and not more than that. Also, I don't recommend that we should go ahead and take red meat. It has to be occasional, in Indian context, of course. Take half a plate full with your vegetables, so that can be raw vegetables. So salad eating shall be a regular habit. It should not be a choice, or whenever you feel like taking a plate of salad, you should not do that. Eating salad should be a regular activity, right? So that will contain cucumber basically, and then some amount of you can add lettuce to that, that is green leafy vegetable. If nothing is there, only cucumber will suffice. Cooked vegetable will also be there, so a bowl of cooked vegetable is a good supplementation to ensure that you are not feeling hungry. For snacks, there can be few options like roasted chana, can be nuts and seeds, a fistful of nuts and seeds, and can also be dry bhel sometimes. So if you are on medication, make sure that you are not in empty stomach for a very long time, right? So that will spike the blood sugar level even higher. Last but not the least, we have to ensure that we are taking everything in moderation. That is the key. If you feel like taking your favorite food someday, that's totally fine, but by and large, try to follow a healthy lifestyle. One day you are taking your favorite food or a gulab jamun, that really doesn't matter. Also, physical activity and sound sleep and regular movement, right, not sitting in the same place, ensures that you are not getting insulin resistant, right? So Indian diet is not bad if you can actually control your amount of simple glucose and increase the amount of protein, green vegetable and pulses, right? So I hope that you will be implementing some of these in your regular diet and prevent this silent killer for yourself and your family. Thank you.